Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Don't worry. Hi, fifth graders. I didn't know I was being filmed right now. How are you doing? Are you guys at home? What are you doing right now? Me? I'm in a classroom with no students. That's just weird. Well, hey, I wanted to put this video tutorial together because I know some of you are still struggling with how to find the circumference, struggling with the whole concept of what is pi. And so I wanted to put another video tutorial for you to help you, okay? But again, just like I was singing in the beginning, don't worry. You're gonna get it. Everything's gonna be all right, okay? So do get out a pencil, do get out a pen, because I'm gonna give you some practice problems. And if you're practicing, it's gonna greatly help you understand this information, okay? So, talking about circumference. Okay, so in one of the tutorials, we just talked about parts of a circle, right? So a couple things just to review is what is the diameter? Remember, the diameter is just that line segment that goes from one edge of the circle to the other edge of the circle, but through the center. Yeah, it's got to go through the center though. That's what makes a chord different from a diameter. A chord doesn't have to go through the center. It's a line segment too, but it doesn't have to go through the center. And a radius, what's unique about a radius is it's the distance, or it's a line segment that goes from the center of a circle to the edge. So, if you think about it, how many radiuses, or they say radii, do you need to make a diameter? You need two. You need two of these radiuses to make up a diameter, okay? And then what is the circumference? Remember, in Khan Academy video, he talked about the circumference. The circumference is just the distance around the circle. Find the distance, or that total distance around the circle. Well, it's kind of hard to take a tape measure, measure the distance around the circle. So these great mathematicians way back in the day, they figured out that, you know what? If I take this diameter, watch this. Come on, recycle. Okay, try it this way. They figured out that, hey, if you take the diameter and like chop it up as a piece of string, I'm gonna chop it there, I'm gonna chop it there. So imagine it's a piece of string, right? And we're gonna wrap it around the circle. How many times will that diameter go around the circle? 3. It would go exactly 3 times. If I chop this right now, picture this, it would go like this. 1, 2, and then 3. But it'd be short. So it's 3 and a little more. And that's what is pi. Pi is the number of times that the diameter will go around the circle. That's it. That's all it is. So here, it's got a lot of stuff here. A lot of people will just say, well, pi is 3.14. Pi 3.14. Well, what does that really mean? Pi is just the ratio. Sorry about that. Pi is the ratio of the circumference to the diameter. It's just telling you how many times the diameter is going to go around the circle. And how many times is that, fifth graders? 3 and a little more. So let's just use our math sense. Let's just estimate, okay? So if I ask you this question right here. Hey, if the diameter is 12, then what's the circumference? Press pause. Think about this. Estimate. What would the circumference be? Remember, the diameter is 3. You need 3 diameters to make the circumference. Therefore, you should have been thinking about B, 36. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Let's try another one. So here we go again. Ooh, it's a little complicated, a little more complicated. If the circumference is 60, what would the diameter be? Press pause and think about that. When you think you got it, press play. Well, if the circumference is 60, the diameter, you need 3 diameters to make the circumference, so that would be, what's a third of 60? Hopefully you guys were thinking D. Let's try one more. Let's see what we got behind here. All right, kind of the same question. If the diameter is 10, what is the circumference, roughly? Press pause if you need to think about it. Did you say 30? Yeah, good. Yeah, I think you're starting to get it. It's getting a little easier, right? It's getting a little easier. Let's try one more. What about this one? Ooh, this is a tough one. Press pause. Think about this one. Read what it says. Press pause. Did you say 36? See, I think some of you guys said C. But see, you need 3 diameters to make the circumference. The radius is half the diameter. So you need to double this. That would be 12. And then multiply that by 3. So that gives you 36. Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay. So let's just do a little practice problems. So this is where you should get out a pencil, paper. Press pause if you don't have one. Definitely try this. Definitely do this, okay? So here's the problem. If the diameter is 8, what's the circumference? Now, what we do is round pi to 3.14. So you should use 3.14 as pi. So actually, let's do this one together because I think you might struggle with this one first. So circumference is always pi times diameter. So pi, we are going to always say is 3.14. We're going to multiply by the diameter, which is 8. So times 8. And so you just work this out. You guys know how to multiply whole numbers with decimals. And so you get 24, 26, 24 to 2504. I think I did my math right. Maybe not, 25.04. But the key is you take pi times diameter. Does that make sense? So now let's just try this. I'm just going to change the diameter to 6 centimeters. Press pause and solve. All right, so if you were solving this problem and the diameter was 6 centimeters, you would say circumference is pi times diameter, or 3.14 times 6, and I got 24, 8, 18, 18.84. Did you get that? If you did, you're starting to get it. Yeah. Let's try another one. How about this one? This time it says the radius is 3. Press pause and solve this one. So remember, it's always circumference equals pi times diameter. Pi times diameter. So it's 3.14, but it's not multiplied by 3. I know some of you guys did that. You should be multiplying by 6 because the radius is half of the diameter. The diameter is twice the radius. So draw another line segment, add another 3 inches. You should be multiplied by 6 and then get actually the same answer as the last problem, 18.84. So that's the end of this video tutorial. I hope you understand how to find the circumference now. Revisit, look back at that worksheet that I gave you, make corrections if needed, do those problems and you'll have a better understanding as we move forward. So, as I said, don't worry about a thing.